Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title of the video today, we're going to be talking about the man in between the sticks, the hero, the legend, the goalkeeping great that is Fraser Forster, and his performance this season as a Celtic number one have been, I don't even have the adjective to the word to describe how good he has been for us this season, how important, how, influential he's been for this Celtic team in the goals this season, because he's been absolutely unstoppable. He's been unbeatable. I'd say I'm running out of the vocabulary to describe him, and it really has just been a marvellous comeback for him in terms of his footballing career. He looked kind of down and out at Southampton. It's been a great comeback for him at Celtic altogether, his second tenure at the club. And this year, without him in the goals, how things could have been different in both. You look at the European campaign, even the domestic campaign, and especially the League Cup final back in December. So many things could be different if it wasn't for some of his fantastic stops and performances this season in a Celtic jersey and goals. So it's a bit outdated, this video. It was a few days on from the main conversation and the news breaking, but it was something I at least wanted to cover because there's a few things surrounding it, and it's the fact that apparently, according to The Athletic, that's the source, and you've probably already seen it on Twitter and such already, according to The Athletic, Fraser Forster is willing and ready to take a pay cut to remain at Celtic starting from next season on a permanent deal, ready to come to us, sign a full-on transfer and become Celtic's number one again on a permanent basis. And the big news is obviously the wage cut. He's willing to take it, because the question was, if Fraser Forster was to come to Celtic, how realistic is it with the wage that he's already on at Southampton right now? And also balancing alongside what Southampton want from the deal as well, including both a transfer fee and maybe if they just want to keep him at the club. Because you look at Southampton's season, especially earlier on, it was a disaster. I mean, they got beat, 9-0 off Leicester earlier on in the season. They would have killed for Fraser Forster at that point in time, judging off his performances for Celtic this year. Now things have got a bit better for them, but there's so many factors that come into this deal, and I'm going to try and go through as much as possible. I mean, the question will probably in the title of the video is, do we pay for Forster or whatever? Look, the simple answer is this: yes, of course we do. And I know every Celtic fan is going to agree with me on that. I think whatever Southampton want, we should try our best to negotiate a deal that is the best interest of both Celtic, Fraser Forster, and then maybe Southampton, don't care about their interests. But, a deal that is going to bring him back to Parkhead, I think we should prioritise it. At the end of the day, next year to replace him will be hard if we don't bring him back in. Yes, we've got Scott Bain and Craig Gordon in there. Scott Bain, for me, as a keeper, is not good enough to be Celtic's number one. I think he had his chance. He showed that he can be a good keeper, but he's not number one quality. He's not, we're not talking a man that you kind of faith in, week out, across all competitions. Craig Gordon's at the end of his career. I think Craig Gordon's Celtic career will probably be done in the summer if you were to ask me, to be honest about it. I don't see him ever getting the chance again to be a starting goalkeeper for Celtic. So we're definitely going to be in the market for a goalkeeper come the summertime. But the question is, are we going to go for Fraser Forster? Are we going to pursue that as a permanent deal? Now, it's great news hearing that he's up for the pay cut. I think that is exactly what you hear. I think it was kind of expected. Fraser Forster came back to Celtic and he spoke about how kind of depressing it was at points with the situation he found himself in at Southampton. Obviously, started off with a good career at the club, got a big injury and that was it really. And now Alex McCarthy's their number one down there. He's a fantastic keeper though, Forster, and you look at his performances this year and it merits really getting an England call up. You'd think him and the likes of Dean Henderson are all better than Jordan Pickford. I would honestly, if I was Gareth Southgate, would be giving Fraser Forster the call up to the England team. Not saying that as a biased Celtic fan, I just don't see how he hasn't done enough to get in the team over the likes of Pickford, who's had a rank rotten season. So definitely would be considered for the England squad. But yes, it's great to hear that he would be willing to take the pay cut. I think he's so much happier playing his football up here. Like, he's getting better experience with fans, he's getting better experience with teammates, he's also getting to play in continental competition, something that he's never going to have at Southampton. And God knows if he'll even have the chance at Southampton to be the regular starting keeper every week again, because I think they've installed their faith in Alex McCarthy. And Alex McCarthy is a good keeper, another person who probably gives the likes of Pickford a run for their money in that England team, especially how Southampton have turned their season around. He's been part of that. I think for him it is the best interest to completely come back to Celtic. Yes, absolutely. I think for him to come back to Celtic is the smartest move in his pot. I think he'd be so much happier. I think he would benefit a lot more than maybe getting that England call up once more in his career. I think it all points towards Celtic. The question is this: what does Southampton expect of us? Look, he's not got long left on his deal at Southampton. That's a factor that I guess can be taken into consideration. What also has to be taken into consideration is how well he has played for us this year and what Southampton will value of that. when last reported on, his value to Southampton, apparently they seen him as a £25 million player. Now, let's be realistic here. Celtic are hardly going to pay £25 million for anybody on any area of the field. Never mind a 33, 34-year-old goalkeeper who they could probably go out and get an option that they, far cheaper around Europe for £2-3 million and take the gamble. Now, it's personally not what I'm endorsing. I'm not saying Celtic do that. Bugger Fraser Forster and go for the cheap option. All I'm saying is £25 million, if that is the valuation Southampton are going to give, would be absolutely outrageous. And I don't think we can pay that. Now, I just don't see it happening. I would love to if it was possible, if it was sustainable enough for Celtic to go and pay that money to bring in Fraser Forster. It would be very, very good. But it would also mean we sign no one else next year when we're on the quest for the 10th title. I think if we were to spend 25 million on anybody in whatever position, that would be the only signing of the window. I love Fraser Forster. I'll kill having him back. The reality is, though, I don't think we are going to have to see a £25 million transfer fee in a deal negotiated for Fraser Forster. I don't think Southampton will still value him at that, despite how good he's been this year. I don't think they have any right to value him at that because he's not played for Southampton. Southampton have made their intentions clear with Fraser Forster. They have no interest in playing him. And I think if they did have an interest in playing him, they had the chance to probably recall him or make that, make that perfectly known in January anyway. Maybe not recall him, but you'd expect someone like Hasenhüttl to comment on how good he's been and maybe the fact that he would get a chance. But there's been nothing said. I think Southampton's intentions are clear and there's no way they can demand £25 million for it. Especially with the age of Fraser Forster and the time remaining on his deal. Now, don't get me wrong, I've always said goalkeepers get better with age. I believe the older a goalkeeper gets, the better, and that's been proven time and time again in football and history with the best goalkeepers. You look at Van der Sar, and you look at Casillas, and you look at all these great keepers from across Europe. Have always got better with age. Can as well. They've always been good throughout their whole career, but they've never declined. They've just got better and better and better. And Fraser Forster has shown that as well with his time over the past, 6-7 months at Celtic. So I think it'd be ridiculous to call up that fee. But I mean, he's kept 15 clean sheets, only conceded 23 goals this season. As a player we need to bring back into the squad, it would be vastly, massively important to secure in the 10 in a row. It just comes down to that fee. Now, if you're talking about a wage cut, I'm going to assume that we would have to pay Fraser Forster about 30 odd grand a week. I don't think that should be a problem for Peter Law. I don't think we should bat an eyelid at that. If we get a decent fee negotiated for the transfer itself, pay him the money. Absolutely. Mr. Law, get your chequebook out and pay the guy, because if it wasn't for him this year, we might not have won the League Cup. We might have not been in much the fortunate position we are in Europe right now. I think Forster's saves get overlooked in the European campaign at times because of how good his performance was against Rangers. If it wasn't for performances like that, how different this season could be. Fraser Forster has been monumental in this triumph for what looks to be 9 in a row. And we should acknowledge that by offering them the money next year if we get the chance. There's so many questions that surround it all. I think absolutely go and sign him. Get it done. And I don't think any Celtic fan will disagree. I don't think any of you in the comments section will say, no, that's an outrageous claim. It just comes down to the negotiations around it and how much we have to pay for the man himself. Because if it was me, it wouldn't be 25 million. I mean, you're looking at, would you pay 10 million for Fraser Forster? I probably would. If you're getting 3 or 4 years out of the guy, then I don't see the reason why not to pay, £10 million. Certainly not 25. But I don't think Southampton have any right to try and claim he's worth that much anyway. So that's it, Fraser Forster. What do you think? Quickly, before we get to the end of the video, very, very quickly touch up on the fact that Celtic are now 12 points clear in the title race. Once again, just have to say very quickly in the channel, Neil Lennon, what a character, what a man, what a hero for everything that has changed from the negativity and such that may have surrounded at the start of the season and the 29th as well when we lost to Rangers at Celtic Park. People did doubt us. I don't think Celtic fans were too guilty of doubting Celtic at that point in time, that we could go and still win the 9, but you knew what the media was like. We've seen what was said. And Neil Lennon has came out and proved everyone wrong with his tactical ability and his willingness to change. The 3-5-2 has been fantastic, and now we're 12 clear. Rangers dropped points once again at the weekend. I said it a couple of weeks ago on the channel after Rangers lost to Kilmarnock, and I'll say it again now. The league is well and truly over. I didn't think I was wrong when I made that video. I didn't think I would have to, take my words back. I didn't think I'd have to kick myself. But now more than ever, I feel more confident and more inclined to come on and see it. But, you know, the league's not done yet. We've still got time to celebrate. Let's just, you know, drink it in, take it a game at a time, as Neil Lennon and the squad have done. I feel like that's the right approach to take to it. And then when we do secure the title, which will hopefully be soon, we can have a big party about it then. Anyway, let me know your opinions to my opinions in the comments below. If you have enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe. It is very much appreciated. Sorry about the camera, the light going off at the end there. And I'll see you all next time.